We're going to talk about the New Democratic Party of Canada, the other opposition party.
We forget that we have
we forget
the
that they're
liberal
an
New
opposition
Democrats.
party. Yeah, yeah,
They're talking about the New Democratic Liberals,
pretty much.
the New Democratic Caucus of the Liberal
Of
government.
the Liberal Party.
Yeah. The Orange Caucus.
So the New Democrats have had a real identity crisis over the past few years because the Liberals have basically been eating their lunch. Now the Tories are eating their lunch too. So the NDP are obviously very scared and upset that the blue-collar vote seems to be eluding them. Over the past few years, they've struggled maintaining their dominance over the union vote in Canada, as a lot of unions have been breaking for the Liberals, even the Tories. In the Ontario election, a lot of unions went conservative.
Yeah.
So the NDP are really losing their kind of populist base, and now they're just another kind of elite establishment, entrenched academic, bureaucratic party.
Mm-hmm.
But they released an attack ad, an anti-Polyev attack ad, and it is one of the most uninspired, boring, intellectually dishonest political ads we've seen in this country in quite some time.
Yeah.
So it starts, it says something like, Pierre Polyev, do you know the real Pierre Polyev? He's not in it for you.
Yeah.
Then it goes on to talk about how he's friends with corporate fat cats, and they don't elaborate. They just say that he's friends with corporate fat cats. He has received donations from people who profit off the housing crisis. So that's a classic little piece of NDP gamesmanship there.
Yeah.
And then says that he voted against the minimum wage twice.
Two times.
Again, anybody who knows anything about fundamental economics knows is about the most pro-worker thing you can do.
And also, he has no control over the actual minimum wage. It would have been the federal minimum wage. Because provincial minimum wage, the provinces said that.
Exactly.
So
like the federal minimum wage doesn't
pretty
even
much
matter.
I can't believe this flew over my head. The NDP's line of attack is that he voted against raising the wages for federal employees twice. Base.
And I'm supposed to vote against that? I mean, I will vote against that, but still, I'm supposed to vote against that? Like, come on, guys. It's just stupid. It's stupid.
What the fuck? I can't believe I didn't connect the dots until now. That is incredibly base.
Guess who feels the inflationary effects of minimum wage increases more than anyone else? Guess what? It's minimum wage earners.
Exactly. 100%. Things have never been so expensive since the Wynne government raised it back in 2000, whenever, you know what I mean?
I was making like $1, maybe $2 above minimum wage at the time, and I was so like theoretically, maybe I kind of got a small nominal increase or something, but I was pissed because I remember going to Walmart like that day, and everything was like 10% more expensive. And
yes.
Like, what, really?
Fast forward to 5 years later.
Off like $1 or something increase? And then here, 5 years later, I mean, the grocery prices from 5 years ago would be like heaven compared to today.
Yeah.
That is actually another thing that the NDP are doing. They're going after grocery CEOs for profit skimming, inflation. Blah,
that I actually agree with. Those people could get fucked, man. I've seen it. The Ford government went after like some bread companies, like that Loblaws owns.
The Loblaws bread cartel thing, that was legitimate.
Yeah.
But the reason why I am obviously suspicious of the NDP going after these grocery store CEOs and stuff is because it's just allowing the government to evade, the government and the Bank of Canada to continue to evade responsibility for the inflationary crisis that they've put us in.
No,
and
that's
now they're
true.
trying to offload the responsibility onto like some random business people that aren't even directly involved. Like that to me is just, again, it's like the Tiff Macklin thing, going back to Polyev again. It's just making excuses for the Bank of Canada's rampant mismanagement of monetary policy in this country.
It's like the left kind of going after small business.
I mean, well, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Now they're going to say, oh, well, we're going after big business like Sobeys and Loblaws. Yeah, but by doing that, you're not really doing anything to help small business people, low-income earners, etc. You're just like rattling the saber, and you just
But it's like the idea that like if you can't pay a living wage, then you can't run a business. Which like I go back and forth on. The idea is that if you're raising the minimum wage, then you're purposely making it more difficult for them to hire people.
Yeah, exactly.
Causing them to go out of business.
Disappear.
Yes.
Like, one example that Thomas Sowell uses is he says that when he was a teenager, it was common to see teenagers as ushers in movie theaters.
Oh yeah.
And it's an easy job, and you get to sit in the air conditioning all day, so it's not bad, but you're probably making less than minimum wage. And then when minimum wage gets implemented, and now the theaters have to pay those people, they just don't.
Yeah.
And then now we don't have ushers in movie theaters.
It's a tax on the poor, ultimately.
It is, and it's a reduction, too, of the supply of jobs, as you now have fewer and fewer people fighting over fewer and fewer positions.
Why are we even arguing about this still? Like, I know, like, the left-wing equivalent of that would be like, why are we arguing things over something basic, like women's right, or, you know what I mean? Something, you know what I mean? Women's right to choose. Why are we arguing over something as basic as minimum wage? It doesn't work.
Because people refuse to give it up. They're so emotionally invested in the idea, and they refuse to give it up. And when you try to reason with them, they develop emotionally charged responses. And it becomes, oh, so you don't think people deserve to be paid a living wage?
It's like healthcare. Any talk about any sort of privatization or public-private partnership, and it's like, you want American-style deaf panels, and you know what I mean?
Well, I mean, we have basically, like...
Well, we do, yeah, but...
our government now seems to be pursuing a policy of encouraging people to kill themselves.
Well, that is another...
And again, like, euthanasia was one of those things that for years I was like, yeah, sure, euthanasia, that sounds humane to me. Like, why should people suffer in their final days and blah, blah, blah. But now we've seen the actual implementation, and it's actually just as bad as all of those conservatives tried to warn us about at the time. Of, you know, now you have people who are being kind of encouraged to pursue it when they would never have considered it otherwise because, you know, they're a financial burden or whatever.
Also some sketchy stuff about allowing it for, like, mental health.
Well, that's true. That's a whole
I don't know how legal that is, but I think they're debating it, or they were. I don't know.
I think it's permissible under some circumstances, because there was a veteran with PTSD, and he may have had physical symptoms as well. Yeah. But they basically told him to kill himself.
Oh my God, yeah.
You know, this is not necessarily the euthanasia that we voted for, but it's the euthanasia that we got.
That's their solution to the housing crisis, I guess.
the boomer remover.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Anyways.
That's dark, man.
So yeah, back to this attack ad.
Right, back to this NDP attack ad.
What?
Yeah.
I don't even know what to say. Like, what do they have? Because we have friends in the NDP, let's say.
We do, and we were in the NDP to varying degrees at various points.
And even they're complaining about just the whole communication strategy. The whole party as an institution is just, it's rancid.
New Democrats know that their party is fucked. They're not so delusional that they think that nothing is wrong. And
so what do they need to do to be unfucked, I guess?
Well, again, I know it's a running joke at this point.
Yeah.
But there has to be a massacre at head office, and I don't mean a literal massacre. I mean a pink slip massacre. Yeah. They got to just fucking send everybody home.
Yes.
And get a new leader.
Yes.
And that's not going to fix everything, because chances are the new leader is still going to be really terrible.
Who else could have? I don't even know anyone who's
I can't
still
name
there.
anyone on the bench that I think could take over.
Charlie Angus?
I hate to say it, because I've had my many issues with Charlie Angus over the years, going back to when I was a lefty New Democrat. Yeah. Even then, I didn't like Charlie Angus.
Yeah.
But I can't think of anyone more reasonable who's actually still an active participant within the party.
There's Nathan Cullen, I think. I don't even know if he's still there. He seems somewhat reasonable. But
Didn't
this is
retire?
Like he might have. I don't even know. That's the thing. It's
like Nathan Cullen could come out of retirement, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah. None of these people really get airtime. Like, I'm not really up on the NDP inner workings these days, but Jagmeet's the only one who really gets airtime these days. You know what I mean?
And yet there is a backlash movement against him. And
yeah.
I will admit that I have heard from some of my sources within the NDP that not only party membership, but party caucus is not particularly happy with the leadership.
Yeah.
They're fed up. And a lot of New Democrats, I feel like, want to say things. They want to speak out. They wish the party took a different direction. They wish the party undertook their role as opposition, as government oversight more.
Yeah.
They wish that the party had stood up more for bodily autonomy and so on. And, you know, that's not enough, because a lot of people see the NDP itself as a battleground that needs to be won and so on. And I can respect that. I can understand that to a degree. But the point is, Jagmeet Singh is not particularly beloved or even well-liked within the party. And we just saw recently in Saskatchewan how true that really was.
Yeah.
When the Saskatchewan NDP, and that's probably the most important NDP provincially, if you just look historically, because I mean, Tommy Douglas and all that shit, right?
Mm-hmm.
Without the Saskatchewan NDP, we don't really have like single-payer healthcare in the same way, etc. So it's a big deal. They disinvited Jagmeet Singh to their party conference, and they made a concession that he is allowed to appear in a video
virtually,
but he's not appearing in person. He's been disinvited, and they voted 30-28, so it was very close. And many Singh supporters apparently got up and walked out in protest. But clearly, there is beginning to be an anti-Singh movement within the NDP. The only question is whether someone will actually be able to replace him without simply giving NDP supporters more of the same. And
that's
sadly, I really don't see that happening.
Because they turfed Mulcair pretty quickly after
they
the
had zero
election.
patience with him whatsoever.
So what is it about Jagmeet? Does he have a stronger foothold?
I definitely think he has a stronger cult of personality than Mulcair.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Mulcair
100%.
actually genuinely has many qualities as a politician.
Cult of personality,
but cult of personality is not one of them.
No.
He's not as handsome as Jagmeet. He doesn't quite have the same personal charisma.
Yeah.
He's like a better policy thinker
100%,
for sure.
Yes.
But sadly, that's another thing that people don't vote for.
No.
So yeah, Jagmeet Singh, he's the TikTok guy.
Yes.
That's why he's there. He's got his cult of
full-time
Zoomers.
TikToker, part-time leader of a federal party.
Part-time Among Us streamer.
Yeah, Among Us. Sussy Bakas.
But yeah, so the NDP, their goose is slowly cooking. I don't think they want to keep supporting the Liberals the way that they are doing, the way that party leadership seems hell-bent on doing. The Saskatchewan party is very concerned that the federal NDP's brand is not only rubbing off on them, but that the federal Liberal brand is rubbing off on them by association. And they don't want to run as the, Justin Trudeau poster boy stand-ins against the Sask party.
That's the thing. They might as well just become Liberals then. And I think the whole Sask party thing and the whole, NDP race in BC has me thinking that, like what John Horgan did for them, arguably John Horgan is probably the highest, his brand of NDP has the highest value, I'd say.
He's the most successful NDP premier of the generation.
Yes.
Like, full stop. I mean, not that there have been that many, but...
Yeah, not that we endorse everything or anything.
No, John Horgan did many things that were very, very deeply wrong.
He's a much better politician.
But yeah.
No,
I called him Orange Doug.
Oh, for sure.
That is 100% how I see John Horgan.
Yeah.
He's Orange Doug.
Yeah. So it's like, and Rachel Notley is even doing better. Like,
he's kind of like a pragmatic, thuggish, populist, get her done kind of guy. He's just a lefty.
Yeah. They're going to need someone from outside of national politics who's currently sitting, I think. Like, it would have been John Horgan if he didn't get cancer.
Yeah, you're right.
You know what I mean?
It probably would have been John Horgan.
Yeah, and he would have done a lot better, I think. It has to be someone from outside the federal party. And ironically, Jagmeet was that person, because we forget he was provincial
from the Ontario party,
deputy leader, and he could have been premier, but you know what I mean? How history...
He should have just waited to replace Andrea Horwath.
Yes.
And it's stupid that he didn't.
And now the whole federal party is suffering, so I don't know who that is, but whoever it is, they're not sitting in Parliament right now.
I think that's safe to say.
Yeah.
Or if they are sitting in Parliament right now, they're at the very beginning of their careers and they haven't become a leader yet.
Exactly, yeah.
So you're absolutely right. Nobody currently sitting in the House of Commons with their current skill set and set of experiences really is particularly qualified to lead the party at this point.
No.
And could lead the party back from the brink upon which it currently sits. Although, polling-wise, they're not doing terribly right now.
No.
Now, and the thing is, the NDP really don't like being perpetually at 15-20%, but that's actually not bad for them at all. Like, 20% is a pretty solid showing for the NDP.
And that's part of why Pierre is polling like 35.
37.
Well, like, I guess he's simultaneously taking people from the NDP, but also the NDP is pulling people from the Libs. ironically, right? Is
Yes,
that sort of how to
yes.
interpret that?
And if the Liberals collapse, they're going to receive a lot of refugees from the Liberal Party in the
Yeah.
next election.
So if anything, this puts like rhetorically they're in a shit position, but electorally
they're actually in a decent position.
which is why Jagmeet's probably not going anywhere
Which is why
anytime soon.
Jagmeet's managed to hold on to his job successfully, because the status quo has kind of been working for the NDP, which is why
Yeah.
they've been so unoriginal and uncreative about like actually changing anything.
Like they're not going to be even forming government. They're not going to be opposition party anytime soon unless the Liberals completely crater next election. You know what I mean?
And even then, well, yeah, no, you're right.
So it's like, but they're holding on.
Yeah.
You know, they'll have their 20-something seats or however many seats they have, I guess.
I guess the question is, will they beat the Bloc?
I don't see that happening.
Yeah, I don't either.
No.
But they might get like 22 seats or something.
Well, it depends how much the Liberals crater. If the election was held today, no.
The problem is the cratering Liberals helps the Bloc just as much as it helps the NDP.
That's true, yeah.
So
The Orange Wave, people talk about the Orange Wave, but like literally that was like one isolated
it was one
case.
election, and it was because a bunch of confused Quebecers didn't even know what they were voting for. And then by 2015, when they actually knew what they were voting for, they realized they didn't want it anymore.
And the Bloc is back bigger than ever. Blanchet is like, you know, he just has the biggest of big dick energy. He's like, ironically, my favorite federal leader. At least in the last election, he won the debates for me.
He's number
and
3 for me.
I can't even vote for him. So it's like, I'm not saying like about like policy, just like
No, I know. I
rhetoric.
felt exactly the same way about Gilles Duceppe in high school.
That's what I'm
Gilles
saying.
Duceppe was my guy.
That's
every federal debate.
Yes.
I was just watching just for Gilles to tear
because
fucking
it's like
Jack Layton and Stephen Harper a new one.
I hate to say it, but these separatists actually give a fuck about their constituents.
Yeah.
They represent their constituents better than anyone else.
And they're the only people immune to catching Ottawa disease.
Yeah.
You know?
Because they don't even want to be part of Ottawa.
They don't even want to be in Ottawa.
Yeah.
So
I bet what's his name? Blanchet lives in Gatineau. He must.
He must.
I don't
must
see
feel
him.
better voting Bloc than any other party, because you know that the person you're voting for genuinely doesn't want to leave your constituency and would rather actually not go to Ottawa.
Yeah.
That's who I want to vote for. I want to vote for
Yeah.
someone who doesn't want to be in Ottawa.
Exactly. So
Thank you for engaging with our content. Please leave a comment and let us know what you thought. Like and subscribe.
thumbs up.
Check us out at pennant.ink, I-N-K, or on Twitter at pennant.ink.
Yeah. Thank you for watching. Peace out, guys. Hit that like button.
Better do something, boy, don't do nothing. Better do something, boy, don't do nothing. Better do something, boy, don't do nothing. Better do something, boy, don't do